Hello and welcome to this fascinating exploration of alchemy. If you're unfamiliar with alchemy, it's a complex and misunderstood ancient science that involved the transmutation of base metals into gold. But what led alchemists to pursue this seemingly impossible task? There are several theories around the origins of alchemy. One popular theory is that alchemy was born out of a desire for personal growth and self-improvement. Alchemists believed that by manipulating natural elements and elements of the human body, they could achieve a higher state of consciousness and spirituality. Another theory is that alchemy was a response to the scientific advancements of the time. Alchemists saw themselves as competing with modern science, and their goal was to find a way to transcend death and unlock the secrets of the universe. In fact, many of the techniques used in alchemy were based on knowledge gained from other ancient cultures, such as Egypt and India, and in the end, the pursuit of alchemy was more about practical applications than it was about turning base metals into gold. But alchemy had a significant impact on Western thought and culture. It laid the foundation for many of the scientific advancements of the Renaissance, and it also influenced fields such as psychology, philosophy, and spirituality. So whether it was through personal growth or a desire to rival modern science, alchemy remains a fascinating and complex subject that continues to inspire and intrigue us to this day. Nigredo is the first stage of alchemy, the dark night of the soul. This is the time when the alchemist must go through the deepest part of their subconscious to access their true self. It is a time of intense transformation and inner turmoil as the alchemist must confront their darkest fears and desires. It is a time of great vulnerability as the alchemist allows themselves to be completely alone with their thoughts and emotions. The process of Nigredo is a grueling one, and it is not for the faint of heart. It requires the alchemist to empty their minds of all thought, emotion, and desire, leaving only the darkness within. It is a process that requires complete solitude and silence, as the alchemist must allow their soul to be torn apart by its own shadows. As the alchemist descends into the depths of Nigredo, they will experience a range of emotions, from extreme fear and anxiety to a deep sense of inner peace. It is during this time that the alchemist must confront their deepest fears and desires and work to transmute them into something positive. It is a difficult and often painful process, but one that is essential to the alchemist's journey. Through the dark night of the soul, the alchemist creates a new self, a self that is more resilient, strong, and in control of their emotions. It is a journey that requires courage, patience, and a willingness to face one's deepest fears and desires. But for those who are willing to make the journey, the rewards are immense. The dark night of the soul is not an easy path, but it is a path that leads to greatness. The albedo stage of alchemy in spiritual, philosophy, and psychology. The albedo stage refers to the process of purifying and expanding the mind. It involves transcending the limitations of the ego and experiencing the infinite. This is a crucial stage in the alchemy of spiritual, philosophy, and psychology, as it allows us to move beyond the limitations of the mind and connect with the divine. The albedo stage involves the development of inner peace and tranquility. It requires us to cultivate a sense of inner calm and focus, even in the midst of chaos and confusion. This is a difficult task, but it is essential for achieving spiritual and psychological growth. The alchemist who enters the albedo stage is no longer bound by their thoughts and emotions. They have transcended the limitations of the ego and are able to see things as they truly are. They are able to experience the infinite and connect with the divine. This stage of alchemy is also closely tied to the concept of self-awareness. It involves becoming aware of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and learning to control them. Through this self-awareness, we can develop a greater sense of inner peace and harmony. The albedo stage of alchemy is a crucial stage in the alchemy of spiritual, philosophy, and psychology. It involves the development of inner peace and tranquility, as well as self-awareness and control of our thoughts and emotions. By moving through this stage, we can achieve a greater sense of inner harmony and connection with the divine. Rubedo stage of alchemy. Rubedo is the third and final stage of alchemy, which stands for transmutation of the earth into gold. This stage is often seen as the ultimate goal of alchemy, representing the transformation of the inner self into a perfect state of being. At the rubedo stage, the alchemist seeks to achieve a complete understanding of the human psyche and the world around them. They strive to unite mind and body, soul and spirit, and the individual with the universal realm. This is a deeply philosophical stage that seeks to understand the relationship between consciousness and matter, and the nature of reality itself. In psychology, The rubedo stage represents the transformation of negative emotions and behaviors into positive ones. It involves the development of self-awareness, empathy, and self-esteem. This stage is also associated with the process of self-improvement and personal growth. Overall, the rubedo stage of alchemy represents a deep dive into the human experience, seeking to understand the complexities of the self and the world around us. It is a challenging and transformative stage that can lead to profound personal growth and self-discovery. Thank you for joining me in this discussion, and I hope you found it informative. Philosopher's Stone and alchemy and their relationship to immortality. For centuries, alchemy has fascinated people with its secrets of the hidden world. It is believed that alchemy can help us achieve immortality through the Philosopher's Stone. The Philosopher's Stone is a mythical substance that, when mixed with other elements, can turn base metals into gold. The alchemists believed that this substance could bring about transmutation, which means changing one substance into another of a higher or more perfect kind. The alchemists believed that the Philosopher's Stone was the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe. They saw it as a powerful tool that could transform us from human to God. But the pursuit of the Philosopher's Stone was ultimately a failed endeavor, and the alchemists never managed to create it. The concept of immortality has been a constant theme in many cultures throughout history. Philosophers like Epicurus and Lucretius believed that true happiness comes from living in accordance with nature. They believed that death is just a change of scene and that we should not fear it. The idea of achieving immortality through science and technology is an idea that has been explored by many philosophers throughout history. Plato, for example, believed that true immortality comes from becoming one with the divine. In conclusion, the relationship between Philosopher's Stone and alchemy and the pursuit of immortality is complex and multifaceted. While the alchemists were never able to create the Philosopher's Stone, their pursuit of knowledge and transformation is an inspiring and enduring legacy. And the idea of achieving immortality through science and technology remains a fascinating and thought-provoking concept for us today. The emerald tablets were supposed to contain the secrets of the gods and were said to have been hidden by the Egyptian god Thoth. They were considered a valuable treasure and were sought after by many. Hermes, the Greek god of travel and trade, is believed to have been the one who brought the emerald tablets to Europe. Hermes was also known for his association with alchemy. He was believed to be the intermediary between the human world and the spiritual world, and he was responsible for bringing knowledge of the human body and the divine together. This knowledge was seen as an essential part of alchemy, which was the process of turning base metals into gold. Alchemy was seen as a way to achieve immortality and eternal youth, and it was believed that the emerald tablets contained the secrets to achieving this. However, the emerald tablets never existed, and alchemy was just a myth. In conclusion, the emerald tablets and Hermes, alchemy, are all associated with mythology and are believed to hold valuable knowledge about the universe. However, the truth behind these stories is still a mystery to this day. Carl Jung was a Swiss psychologist and metaphysical philosopher known for his pioneering work in the field of psychology. He believed that there was a unity between the psychological and the metaphysical aspects of human experience. One of his most significant contributions was the concept of alchemy, which he understood as the process of spiritual transformation. In his book, Alchemy, an Introduction, Jung writes, alchemy, as understood by the ancient Egyptians, means the transformation of base into precious, of the inferior into the superior, of the earth into the heavenly. It signifies the secret knowledge of the immortality of the soul and of the union of the contraries. According to Jung, the process of alchemy involves the transformation of the psyche from a passive to an active state. This transformation is facilitated by the use of symbols, dreams, and other metaphorical means. Jung believed that the process of alchemy is similar to the process of psychic growth. Just like alchemy, the psyche goes through a series of transformation that lead to personal growth and spiritual enlightenment. In conclusion, Carl Jung believed that alchemy represents the perfect metaphor for understanding the human psyche. Through the process of alchemy, we can transform our negative energies into positive energies and achieve personal growth and spiritual enlightenment. Jung's concept of alchemy continues to fascinate and inspire people today, and his book remains a classic in the field of psychology.